Phaedra Parks joins the Dubai cast, and that would make it spicy, and I would do it. But I'm not invested. I don't care. I'm actually shocked to hear that they may be getting a season 2. That's like great. I mean, good if
Apparently they're having, I mean, that's the thing, guys. I hear everything and people tell me things, and I know all these people. So whether I watch or not, I mean, but I hear that they're having trouble with a lot of the filming. It's like filming in New York. It's hard. It's easier in the suburbs to say I'm going to mom and pop's restaurant and we're going to clear out and we're going to film a dinner. I mean, that's what they do, guys. They film like a dinner scene at like 2 p.m., like in between the shifts. And that's how you get restaurants. But Dubai, it's hard to film in. So, but yeah, I mean, they're getting a season 2. So, I mean, for everyone out there, I know there's some people that liked it. Yay. And there you go. And yes, Teresa is truly done with Melissa and Joe. And I mean, if we even need to say that, there's no coming back. And I stand behind that. I think this is Melissa's last season. Period. That's that. I mean, okay. No, this I'm sticking with. Right. Do you know what I do want to talk about?
What? Tell me.
I'm sorry to like just be all over the place and rush things along. I am, because I've said this, I'm so obsessed with Tori Spelling that she said that she spent $400 on Denise Richards Only Fans. I get it.
Have you paid money to see her, Denise?
Here's the thing. I got to start with Denise, and then I have to do Danielle Staub. Then I have to do Kathryn Dennis is now on from, I guess.
Well, of course, she's no longer on Southern Charm, so
she got fired.
Let it rip. Why? You know what? By the way, our fans did want us to talk about that, and I forgot to bring it up to you. I actually didn't even investigate. I'm so bad about some of these other Bravo shows. Like I'm terrible about Vanderpump Rules. I'll only get into it if you force me. I just don't care. I don't care about Summer House. I don't care about Winter House. I know tons of people do though, so I need to get on the wagon. And during COVID, I did watch a season of Southern Charm, and I actually loved it. I loved it. Why did Kathryn get fired? Do you have any insight?
Listen, so I had Kathryn on this podcast, and then it came out, and it was all this press. And like, I don't like to break the fourth wall when it comes to networks and stuff, but like, how can I put this? You know, I always either A, think like a producer, or B, think like the corporate NBC machine. So when Kathryn was on my show and there was all this press about some things and like whether she was still with Caleb or not, and like, let's just say that the corporate machine, which is, and like they were normally when my show gets trash press or whatever, they don't care. Like Bravo doesn't care if Alexia comes on my show and trashes Larsa. They don't care. They care if it involves producers and like the big things, right? But they don't care if these women are taking the bullets. And, so it's like when so-and-so says this and it's such a negative headline about my show, Bravo never cares. It's like, David, do it. We're too busy. Who the hell are you? You're such a little peon. So when the network is kind of upset, it's like, there's a reason. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I think either A, a producer, or B, it's almost like, I really think like, what are you not telling me? Like, right? Like, what's really behind this? I think that's why people listen to this podcast, because I know that this is not all real. So I believe, I don't want to get into too many deals, but because this corporate regime is now questioning press and they need dates and times, and that never really happens. It's like around the same time that there was this rumor about like Caleb and Kathryn, and there was some physical stuff. And this is the rumor. This is not confirmed, but like she had the black eye, and people are saying that it could have been like some physical altercation between these two. None of that was proven, but it just was like, it's weird. It's weird to me that like, I mean, a network's not going to call and say this, like, David, we need to know this and this, and, this is like, but the fact that you're sniffing is enough for me to say like, maybe this is true. Like maybe there are legal things, even whether it's not that, and that he gave her a black eye. And I'm not saying that. It just got me to be like, I think there's something legal here that's going on between Kathryn and him. And I think this is right. Listen,
Well, I don't
1
think
plus 1 equals 2. That is the bottom line. These are not coincidences that happen in life, right? Like when something happens that is out of the ordinary, it's like the same thing. Would I go back to like the Ramona and the Ebony and the investigation, and now Ramona's going, like it's a corporate. I'm just like, something to me seemed weird. That why do you care what fucking Kathryn is saying on page 6 from Behind the Velvet Rope? Because you never care about any hundreds of thousands of other stories. It just was a weird thing, and they'll never say that. It's always like a little sniff, a little this, a little we're upset. And I'm like, this is weird. So I just think, I don't know if it was that and it's tied to the black eye, but I think something is between Caleb and something happened. It got dark and lawsuits. And I think then it also got like that Kathryn just, I loved having Kathryn on my show. Loved. But I get the impression, look, I mean, the whole thing with her kids and she lost custody. And I'm not coming for her at all. I'm not right. And I'm not coming for Kathryn. I thought she was lovely. I just think that she is probably not completely well. That is true. And I say that with a heavy heart. I put her in, and we're going to talk about some other people on your list here that I see, but I put her in like that Kim Richards category of like, it's not a criticism. It's not like mental illness is a real thing. We all have issues. It's just more like, I don't know. I just think it's something going on with her. I really do. And I say that not in a happy way. Do you know what I'm saying? So you asked a question, Sarah. I'm answering your question. You say people are reaching out to you and what? This is the narrative.
they
and
have,
I tie it into her being on my show. And I have him coming up, guys. I have Caleb coming up. It was recorded a little while ago, but I talked to him. And I mean, we didn't get into all of this, but like, I don't know. I really feel there's something there with her where and I don't think she quit. No, she got fired. And so it's just like, do I think Southern Charm should exist without Kathryn? I don't actually. I don't. It's like, but I think for them to get rid of her, it's a bigger thing. I think it's something's going on, whether it's legal or mental, and something's not well. And so if that's the case, I wish her nothing but the best.
I know. Her kids are so cute. I hope it works out. So, but yes, people did want to know our take or what information we had on it. So I think that's this is what I love about you, David Yontef. You've worked on the corporate side. You're a lawyer. Say you're a lawyer one more time. You are, but you have this great insight where I have always been the talent. And I think everyone can understand from listening to these shows why I'm not management. And, it's just like, so I always, it's crazy to me when they fire people that are basically stars on these shows. But I think, I think you're absolutely spot on what you're kind of surmising, even though nothing's been confirmed.
Right. I mean, like Kathryn needs money. So it's really simple to say like, hey, girl, there's no raise, here's your same contract. We're not negotiating, take it or leave it. And she would have taken it. I mean, she wouldn't have been happy, but they would have said, you can be fired or take, even $20,000 pay cut. Like she would have signed it. She was not saying no. She could try to play hardball, but she's not saying no.
Right.
So that's it. And that's like, it's something big. So it feels yucky. I tie it into this past